Hi, I'm Kim Cooper. Welcome to Inner Connections, a standalone process which is also Unit 4 in my Emotional Intelligence Masterclass. Before I begin talking you through this process, I want to share a little about intense negative emotion. Some of the things that I ask you through this will most likely make you feel some tough feelings. Guilt, disappointment, anger, and sadness, just to name a few. Before these come up, I'd like to make sure that you're ready. So, to do this, let's first focus inward for a moment. Is your breathing relaxed and easy? Are you breathing through your mouth or through your nose? If possible, I want you to close your mouth and breathe, even if that means stopping this movie and clearing your nose to accomplish this. Saline spray is very effective if you need more than a tissue or a handkerchief. Okay, so next I want you to notice if you're breathing from your stomach or from your chest. To check, put one hand on your stomach and one on your chest and see which hand is rising and falling as you breathe. Fill your chest to about 80% and breathe so that the hand resting on your stomach moves in and out. Now, do a relaxed count. Check if your out breaths are longer than your in breaths. Now, let out a big sigh. If you have difficulty managing painful emotions, what I'm going to teach you now is extremely valuable. From now on, whenever you feel bad, I want you to imitate the type of breathing that you're doing right now. You might even want to purse your lips like you're a balloon leaking air to slow your out breath right down, still breathing in through your nose. This might look silly, but it's actually cutting edge science. It will stop an angina attack faster than anything. It will also switch your limbic system over so that your smart, calm, and grounded self takes charge. Simply practice what I've just described and remember to breathe this way through whatever emotions come up. Don't get tempted to do anything but breathe until the negative emotion has passed. When we get nervous or emotional, we might think that we need to call someone or run around or have a drink or a cigarette. But instead, I want you to resist and just keep breathing slowly instead and pay attention to what it is that you're feeling. See if you can even give that emotion a name. I feel anxious, or I feel unappreciated, or I feel guilty, or maybe sad. If you hang on and practice breathing through the wave of emotion, I assure you that the negative feeling will pass. This exercise is there to help while I direct you to face some of what currently might be lurking in the dark. Okay, so now that you're breathing calmly, to begin the inner connections process, I'm going to ask you to first do a review. Accurate information is essential to make wise decisions. Clearing a path forward built on wishful thinking will only waste time and resources and end up disappointing everyone. As tough as it might be to examine the reality of your situation, if you don't find that courage, you're building on sand. Part of your review should be searching out information and facts about the best practice for how to accomplish your goals, but you need emotional information as well. The best plan in the world won't achieve anything positive if it doesn't align with your heart and the motivations of the people that you want involved. The more work you've done in the first 3 units of this class, the higher quality information that you'll have to work through this process. If you haven't started that work yet, for now, just try and remember to be honest about your emotional triggers. Being honest with yourself about what triggers your fears and insecurities is some of the most important data that you'll ever have. What upsets you and scares you? Where are the limits of your security in the world? To get started on expanding that domain, I wonder if you can look honestly at the past. Have you been in a similar situation as what you're contemplating right now? How did you manage when you faced this situation before? How did the people around you fare? Did they respond in the way that you expected? How did things end up turning out? Next, be honest about the people that you're involved with day to day. Has your life partner maybe lost interest in you? Are your children perhaps hostile to anything that you suggest? Whatever their response to you is, just look at the truth. Getting angry, sad, or emotional about this is totally understandable, but don't act on any of these emotions. Instead, take note and breathe through them. Your emotions are telling you something, certainly, often about who you love and you want a better connection with, but you won't forge that connection by acting on your emotions in the heat of the moment. Bending over backwards trying to impress or please people won't work either. Stop now and think about your efforts to impress or try and please people. Has that gained the results that you wanted in your heart? For now, we're not going to do anything to try and change things. Instead, I want you to look at things honestly and for now just accept them as they are. Are you worried that your partner might be keeping information from you? If this is the case, stop interrogating them and obsessing about what you fear, and instead do what you need to do to find out. The less emotionally avoidant you can be gathering this kind of information, the less likely that your emotions will end up biasing the truth. Put yourself outside the situation and try and look objectively at the lay of the land. Next, I wonder if anyone else you know has been in the situation that you're facing right now. Is there someone you could talk to about their experience? Not people who are going to say what you want to hear. Instead, try and choose people that you can trust will tell you the truth. If they give you advice, well, okay, that's more data for you. But their advice should only form part of what your final decision will be based on. Back to gathering information. When you're thinking about other people's motivations, try not to make guesses or rely on stereotype thinking. Instead, look and listen closely to what's being said to you and consider what motivations might be behind their words. Look at people's actions and responses. Ask other people if they can let you know what they've seen. What people do speaks much louder than words. For instance, if your family look bored or preoccupied when the subject turns to your hopes and fears, no matter what lip service they pay you, the truth is that they probably are bored. Instead of jumping to negative conclusions about yourself or insulting ideas about their character. Instead, let's see if you can look closer and discover what it is that's got their interest. Are there pieces to the puzzle that you're missing? Take your blinders off and have a look. The more information that you gather now, the better. Are you living in an illusion or a fantasy? Face your fears and begin to examine if what you base your life on is based on truth or if it's based on lies. Now, there'll be people who tell you, don't look behind that door. But the truth is you'll never be safe in the dark. Bluebeard's castle is not a safe place to live. It also doesn't matter if the information that you gather is sometimes conflicting. Your review shouldn't be looking for answers or a decision yet. Your world will only ever be as big as the information bubble that you're prepared to explore. Your own aspirations and fears are only one small part of that picture. You also need honest and accurate information about the rest of your world. That information bank that you draw on will grow over time as you practice this process. And that's why your decision-making ability will also improve. But only if that information bank is based on truth and not on lies. Clean data is essential. Lying to yourself or avoiding what's unpleasant will severely hurt the quality of decisions that you make. Only you can choose when this review is complete. Okay, so get started now and come back and move on to the next movie when you're done.